Hold on. Facebook is already done. It's setting up your meeting on Facebook Live. So you can hold on there.
YouTube
Okay,
is live now.
We are now live on Facebook, guys. So well, it's like of course we are going to just wait that all people they connect us. So well, please join us for the show.
So we're gonna go live. We're live already. And yeah, let's wait a couple of minutes until people connect. How exciting! Our first show.
I'm a bit nervous. Are you nervous, guys? Just about to start. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I think so. So, well, please connect, everybody. We are live now. So it's like, please join us to learn a little bit more about Latin America. We're very happy to be here with all of you. Please share this program with all your friends. And maybe you can learn more about Latin America. And also, well, please share with your friends. Also, you can watch us on YouTube. People that they are on YouTube, also you can watch us. You can look for us only looking for the Latin America show. And people also that they are on Instagram, I think so that we are almost there. Roger? Yes, that means that we are also on Instagram. So people, they can watch us on Instagram. I think there's somebody else. Somebody's listening there. Thank you. So I think so now then we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube. It's very easy to find us. Just look, the Latin America Show. So everybody's welcome. Share with your friends. If you have friends that they are from the UK, all over the world that they speak English, we are going to teach you a little bit more about Latin America. We have prepared a fantastic show for all of you. So please connect us here. We are ready. Roy Larcon, Vicente Salas, Whitney Nuchenero, and myself, Enrique. So well, it's like we are very welcome to be here. Well, of course, here we have our social network. So thank you, everyone. Welcome to the Latin America Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Latin America Show. My name is Enrique Gelista. I'm very happy to be here, to have the opportunity to be with all of you together. Today is the first day that we're launching this program. We are very excited about this. We have prepared this project for some time, and we are bringing you the best of Latin America. This program is based in the UK, and we are focused mainly in people that they are interested to know more about Latin America, our culture, our traditions, our music, our cuisine, our drinks, entertainment, events, and of course, we have prepared a special thing for you. We have a, just a section about Spanish lessons. So, well, hopefully, if you are going to travel soon to one of these speaking Spanish countries, you will have the opportunity. If not, well, maybe you can amaze your friends that they are speaking Spanish friends. In this program, of course, we will have the opportunity to know more about Latin America, being closer with our amazing culture, and sharing with all of you our experiences, our knowledge, our traditions, and of course, the best that we are bringing you. Also, we are having some guests in this show. So also they are going to talk more about the relationship that we have in Latin America with the UK and the rest of the world. And some destinations that maybe they are, well, all of them, maybe they are interesting for you. Different topics. We are going to talk about Latinos that they are here in the UK, restaurants, where to find Latin American groceries and events and much, much more. So please, I would like to ask you to share this program. It's very easy. If you're watching us on YouTube, just click there when it's share. Well, I think it's this side, share. And more people that they are interested about us, well, they can watch us. Also, I will ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel that you can find us as the Latin America Show. And on Instagram, follow us also as the Latin America Show. You can see the logo that we have here. It's very easy to find us. And well, of course, if you know people that they are Latin Americans or people that they are linked with our region, of course, tell us that they come to the show, send us a message through Facebook, and of course, maybe we can invite you and we can talk about more about your topics, your products, services, and the relationship that you have between Latin America and this fantastic country, the UK. So, well, first of all, I would like to introduce my co-presenters, my friends, mis amigos, Roger Alarcón. How are you, Roger?
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure. It's a new program. It's a new challenge. Welcome to everyone. Thanks for the support. And let's start.
Okay, so while we are a little bit nervous also, we are very excited. And on the other side of London, we have my friend Vicente Salas. How are you, Vicente?
Hello, Enrique, Roger, Whitney. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. As Enrique was saying, it's very exciting for us. This is a new project that we've been working on for some time. We want for you to fall in love with Latin America the way we are in love with Latin America. We want you to know a bit more, to talk about some stereotypes. Some of them are true, some of them are not. But I think there's a lot that we can show you on Latin America. So welcome. Let's start the show. And thank you again.
Thank you very much, Vicente. And on the other side, I have our fantastic Spanish teacher. She is Whitney. How are you, Whitney?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'm really excited to share my passion with the Spanish language and culture. So I look forward to teaching some of you in a little bit.
Excellent, Whitney. Thank you very much. And well, let's start this show. And well, we have prepared some of the information, and this is the first show. As I said, we're going to talk about the different countries that they are in Latin America. So the first country that we're going to talk tonight, actually, is, if this let me pause, is Mexico. So well, we're going to have the opportunity to know more about Mexico, just some highlights. And I would like to start with some of these misconcerns. Well, not misconcerns. I think so that they are misunderstandings about where it's located, etc. So first of all, I just want to say that, well, Mexico is located in America. And here I would like to tell you some differences. A lot of people, they understand America as United States. However, America is a complete continent. So people that we live in America, Mexicans, Canadians, Colombians, etc., all of us, we are Americans. I know that it doesn't exist a word in English to refer to people that they are from the United States, and they call it themselves as Americans. However, that is incorrect. Also, in Spanish, we have a phrase, a word to refer from a people, and we call them estadounidenses. That means someone who is from that particular country, United States. But America is from Canada till Argentina and Chile. So that is an actual, because, well, a fact, because sometimes when people, they are asking me if I'm American, I would say, yes, I'm American, even I'm from Mexico, but I'm American because I'm from that continent. And I just want to make a comparison here. Because, well, for example, people in the UK or British people, we have Germans also, we have Italians, and all of them, they are Europeans because it's a region. However, they have different kind of nationalities. So I am American, but I'm Mexican because my nationality is, well, because I'm from that continent. So that is just like a quick fact, just to know that, well, when I refer to people from the US, normally I used to say US people, or I used to say people from the United States. But well, I know that in English it doesn't exist the word, but of course, well, people that we are from America, the continent, all of us, we are Americans. The second one is like, I went too quick. The second one is that, well, I have people that sometimes when they know that I'm Mexican, they are asking me, is Mexico located in Central America or in South America? Actually, Mexico is located in North America. There's another misconception that exists because people believe that Mexico, or well, North America means English-speaking countries. That is incorrect. And that is just a geographic location of the country. If we split, and also the America, the continent, we split it in three: North, Central, and South America. North America is from Canada till Mexico. Central America is from Belize and Guatemala till Panama. And South America starts in Colombia, from Colombia till Chile and Argentina. So when we're talking about Mexico, located geographically, is in North America. When we're talking about Latin America, it's because Mexico is part of the countries that we speak a language that is coming from Latin. That could be Spanish, Portuguese, or French. That's the reason why all the countries that they are across Latin America, from Mexico to Chile and Argentina, we call them, well, we are Latin America. Even Brazil, they speak Portuguese. Well, all of us, we are part of Latin America. And this is interesting because, well, for example, Belize, that is in Central America, is not considered part of Latin America. And the main reason is because they speak English. So when we're talking about Latin America, it's more about the language that we speak and not about the geography that where we are. And well, sometimes, well, it's like moving on. Mexico here, well, here, Mexico has a border in the United States with the United States at the north, in the south with Belize and with Guatemala. We have a massive coast in the west side with the Ocean Pacific, and in the east side we have the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean. So maybe you have listened about these cities before. Oh, sorry, the other side. These cities before. So, well, just to have an idea, Mexico is located here. Cities as Cancun, Playa del Carmen, maybe, that they are very near each other, that they are in the southeast of Mexico. And also maybe you have listened about Puerto Vallarta and Los Cabos or Cabo. That normally is the way that they say in English, Cabo. But well, these cities, they are like, this is more or less the location, so you can understand where are they located in Mexico. So we have the two oceans that we are sharing. And also Mexico City, if we split Mexico, you will find Mexico City that is in the part south center of the complete country. So well, I will tell you that the distances that you can see, they are a little bit far, and I will explain you a little bit later why. So Mexico, some factuals that we have. Mexico, that is the flag. The original, or well, the way that we say it or pronounce it is Mexico. The X, it sounds like an A, like an H. Actually, I'm mixing languages now. Like an H. So we pronounce it in Spanish, Mexico. And the official name of Mexico is United Mexican States. We have a population around 122 million people. And if we compare with the UK, that means that in UK, for example, the country, or well, UK is split by countries. Mexico is split by states, and we have 32 states. We have an official language that is the Spanish. There is nothing like Mexican. That doesn't exist. I know that a lot of people sometimes they ask me, do you speak Mexican? Actually, no. We speak Spanish, as I explained before, about Latin America. However, we have a lot of different local languages in Mexico. You can find a lot of people, they speak the local language and also Spanish. Mexico has three big metropolises that maybe you have listened about them: Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey. Mexico City, it has around 22 million people. However, I would like to make a comparison here. Mexico City includes, or well, the Valley of Mexico, as we call it, includes Mexico City plus some municipalities that they are around, that they are part of one state. But as Mexico has grow up and is so extended nowadays that municipalities, they are, well, all together. So that's the reason why we are saying that there are 22 million people. If I compare with London, if we are talking about London and Greater London, so the Valley of Mexico, it should be something similar to the Greater London. And well, Mexico, it has, well, the independence from Spain started the 16th of September, September 16, 1810, and it was consummated in September 27 of 1821. However, Mexicans, we normally celebrate the Independence Day as the beginning of that war, that is the 16th of September. But we are Mexicans, so we have to do something different. So we celebrate, and we will talk later in another program about the reason why. But we celebrate our independence the 15th or the eve of the independence. So the 15th of September, we have a massive party across Mexico. And also, if you are here in the UK, maybe you have had the opportunity to be in these massive parties that we are doing. So, well, we celebrate that one. And the 16th of September is a bank holiday for us. And we have a military parade. And in some regions, of course, schools also, they are part of that parade. And some organizations, they are sharing this time. So this year, Mexico, we can say that we are going to celebrate 210 years of independence. Mexico is the second city in the world with the highest number of museums. The first one is London, and the second one is Mexico. So you can find a lot of things in Mexico and different kind of museums. It's not only about our culture, it's not only about Mayans and Aztecs. You can find a lot of different art, sculptures, fabrics, of course, chocolate, because chocolate is very important. And we will talk in another program about the importance of the chocolate in Latin America. The size of the country is Mexico is the 13th country on size and the 15th economy in the world. The currency that we use is the Mexican peso, and the area that we cover is almost 2 million square kilometers. That is about 761 square miles. Just to have an idea about what is this size and what does that mean, I would like to share with you the next one, that is this one. This is the size of Mexico. If we put together 24 European countries, including UK, Ireland, Germany, Italy, Spain, 24 of these countries, they will merge. If you merge them, we're going to have the size of Mexico. That's the reason why, for example, when people they are asking me, okay, I would like to go to Mexico, what do you recommend me? It's a little bit difficult because Mexico has 5 of the 7 ecosystems in the world. The only 2 that we don't have is tundra and is savanna, but the rest we have them. Actually, Mexico is not only desert as all the time they are showing in the Hollywood movies. Of course, we have different kind of environments. We have a lot of different things. Of course, we have one part of desert in the northwest side. We have a couple of states that they have desert. But the rest, you can find jungle, you can find, of course, beaches, you can find a lot of different ecosystems that you will enjoy. So commuting in Mexico, it's quite difficult in a way that is going to take you time. For example, if you are traveling from Cancun to Mexico City, it's going to take you a 2 hours flight. So that means that it's a long commuting, or if you want to drive, it's going to take you around 24 hours. On the other side, for example, Mexico, traveling from Mexico to one of the cities that is in the border here, that is one of the cities that is so far from Mexico City, that is Tijuana, that maybe you have listened about it. It will take you around 3 hours flight. So sometimes when people they are asking me, what do you recommend? It depends what do you want to see there, and also how many days you are going to be there. So well, this is just like a little bit of highlights about Mexico. So well, for us, it's like quite interesting that well, you know more about this. In this program, we are not going to talk only about Mexico. Of course, we're going to talk about many, many countries, all the countries in Latin America, and we're going to talk about different facts. And now I would like to move on because now we have a special guest. We are like very, very pleased to have here the ambassador, Aurenia Aguirre. She is ambassador for Mexico here in the UK. So I would like to say very welcome and thank you very much, Aureni, for being here with us.
Thank you very much, Enrique. I was very interested in listening to you about these geography lessons on Mexico. Thank you very much for the explanation. And I see also there is, well, first of all, good evening, everyone. I'm very pleased to be here tonight and have the opportunity to greet your public everywhere here in the United Kingdom. I know that you have a great Latin American audience and all around the world, even in Mexico. So it's really a privilege for me to participate in this the first edition of this incredible initiative.
Thank you very much, Aureni. And we're very proud to call you our godmother of the show because you're our first ever guest. You're our first ever guest, and it's a pleasure for us to have you around. So thank you.
No, it's my pleasure, really. And I see there are three persons I know very well, you know, Vicente, Roger, Enrique. And
Whitney is our Spanish teacher, and she's going to provide some lessons to all the people that they are watching us.
Wonderful, wonderful. Anyway, having you three is a phenomenon of success. I'm sure of that. Huh?
We'll try. We'll do our best. And one of the things that I wanted to say, excuse me for interrupting and barging in, is if you see any technical glitches, everybody viewing, please bear with us. This is our first show, as we've been saying, so there's bound to be some technical glitches here and there, and some not so smooth transition on screens. We're working on it. We've done some rehearsals, and we'll do our best to eliminate them in the future. But bear with us. So sorry. Now we can carry on speaking to Aureni and everything that has to do with Mexico and the Mexican embassy.
Well, Aureni, I would like just to ask you, like, well, first, I think, so if we can start, how strong and how is the relationship between the UK and Mexico? I think so it's like quite relevant for the people that we are here in the UK.
Yes, of course, it's quite relevant. As you know, the United Kingdom is a key partner for Mexico, just as Mexico is a key partner for the UK in all the aspects, political, economical, cooperation, whatever. So we have deep historical links, but as we have short time, I won't elaborate on that, don't worry. What is important to mention here is that today we have a partnership for sustainable and inclusive growth, which is based of shared values like democracy, rule of law, gender equality, and social inclusion, as well as commitments to reduce poverty and inequality, and act on topics like climate change, defense of free trade, multilateralism, and a rules-based system. This is an ambitious and wide-ranging framework that reflects on the excellent bilateral relationship we have with the United Kingdom. And let me mention something very important. It's not a coincidence, that last year, the first visit abroad of Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab was to the US and Mexico. And just days before the COVID-19 outbreak in our countries on 9th March, we celebrated here in London our high-level economic talks where we reaffirmed our commitment in all these aspects I mentioned. Very important to mention, particularly now that we have to work on post-COVID economic recovery plan, is that our bilateral trade and investment ties are strong. Nearly 1,800 British companies operate in Mexico, and about 9% of the foreign direct investment comes from the UK. But there is also significant and growing investment in the other direction. We have many Mexican companies investing here in the UK as well. Another fundamental aspect, I would say, is our bilateral relationship in tourism. And you know better than me, Vicente, about this. Until before the pandemic, the UK represented for Mexico the third source of international visitors, and the first within Europe, with the European countries. Our dynamic links are also reflected in the cultural and education fields. There is important Mexican presence in British cultural institutions, festivals, and creative industries. Roger, you won't let me lie. And the same in other direction. The British culture has made an indelible mark in Mexico as well. A very important mark, I would say, is the fact that the UK is the second destination of Mexican graduate students abroad. So I think that the current circumstances due to COVID-19 present us another opportunity to continue building in our strong bilateral relationship. And this is what we are currently doing at the embassy. We are working very hard.
Well, in that way, I think so that, well, of course, COVID and all these things, they have changed massively the world. And I think so all our lives, they have changed radically. And in this way, nowadays, in these kind of circumstances, is how the embassy is working in order to continue promoting Mexico and continue this relationship with international organizations, etc. How we are dealing with this current situation?
Well, this has been a challenging time for everyone, and we all had to adjust immediately to the new circumstances due to the COVID-19. At the beginning of the pandemic, we were overwhelmed, like most of the diplomatic corps, assisting our nationals who were stuck here in the UK and other parts of the world, mainly in Europe, Africa, to assist them to return to Mexico. We also had to strengthen the communication with our community here, an important Mexican community integrated basically by students and professionals like you. Because of the lockdown and all the measures taken by the UK authorities, we had to close the embassy offices, postpone our consular services, adapt our work methods, and work from home like everybody. Although we have never stopped bringing consular assistance and protection and taking care of all emergency cases. While lockdown and social distances have imposed important challenges on diplomacy, particularly on the public relation aspects of our duties. We diplomats have been oriented, or how to say, obliged maybe if you want, to reimagine and find innovative models to promote our countries, keep doing our work, and continue strengthening our bilateral relationship with the UK under these unprecedented circumstances. So this whole situation has led us to develop new schemes, new ways of communication to promote trade, culture, tourism in a more efficient fashion, if you want, using digital technologies, virtual platforms, as we are doing tonight. So we created a digital platform called En Casa con Mexico, at home with Mexico, with the intention of fostering the links with our community and provide to them useful information like official orientations from the UK and Mexican government, but also recommendations and useful tools for the lockdown, which included information on cultural activities, gastronomy, tourism, and also activities organized by our community. So this platform has evolved, I would say, and is in permanent construction. And now, today, is oriented more to the public in general who are interested in Mexico. I will invite you to visit in our embassy's webpage. I hope you had the opportunity already to visit it.
So I think it's very interesting because, well, and not only for Mexicans, because some of the Mexicans, we have had the opportunity to be there and also to look these kind of museums and all these cultural events that maybe we had in some time this opportunity to be there in Mexico and to enjoy it. But I think that, as you're saying, and I think suggest invite is here for all people that they are watching us, that well, they can Google the Mexican embassy and they will find this part is En Casa. No? It's En Casa con Mexico, or what?
Casa con Mexico.
En Casa con Mexico, yeah. So you can find it like there, and also you can see different kind of things. Like also they are like cuisine, and they are talking about how to prepare different things, and also Mexican cuisine. You can see also the museums, part of the cultural events that we have, etc. So I think it's a good opportunity to start making this kind of research, and also people that they are like here in the UK, or people that they are Latinos, or people that they are watching us that they haven't had the opportunity. It's a way that you can start engaging with Mexico and, of course, falling in love about our country.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
And sorry, Vicente, you want to say something?
No, I was going to say it must be really challenging for the embassy staff to work this time, and to coordinate everything, all the changes that we've had, and I think this initiative will help a lot in making people understand. One of the things that we can do is include not only the Mexican embassy social media links in our webpage or in our platforms as well, but also we'll be happy to forward them on to you in case anybody has any questions. I think a lot has been done in terms of promotion, and the embassy is doing great work in terms of continuing to promoting everything regarding Mexico. I know Mexico participates in a number of organizations, like the International Maritime Organization, and a number of others. So I know that you're keeping the world abreast on what Mexico is doing, correct?
Yes, well, now, we have a lot of priorities now. You know, we are reorienting our priorities at the embassy. And especially now that in accordance with the British government health measures, the embassy has resumed physically its duties in a progressive way since last 1st of June. In particular, the consular section to issue the visas for nationals of those countries that require one to visit Mexico by appointment only. Anyway, British nationals do not require visa to travel as tourists. But besides all these activities that we are resuming, the embassy has also, we cover two aspects at the embassy. And thank you, Vicente, for noting on that, because we cover the bilateral relationship with the United Kingdom, which is very important, is a key relationship that Mexico has. And on the other side, we also cover the multilateral affairs, the multilateral aspects, which is we, as the embassy, we are the permanent representative to 6 international organizations based here in the UK. You mentioned the International Maritime Organization. There is also, I am the one who participates in all these meetings. There is also all the commodities, you know, the International Coffee Organization, the International Sugar Organization. We have the International Oil Pollution Compensation Funds, the International Mobile Satellite Organization, and missing one, and the International Whaling Commission, where Mexico is also a key player. So we in the multilateral arena, we are also we have a very strong agenda as well through these international organizations.
Good.
So one question, when you were talking, Aureni, regarding that people, they can visit Mexico, British people, they can visit Mexico without visa. For how long is that term? Because, well, sometimes they are going to take maybe some months there, etc. For how long they can get this entrance to Mexico without any visa?
Well, British do not require visa to travel as tourists. Yes. Anyway.
Hola, queridos amigos, ¿cómo están? Me da muchísimo gusto saludarles. Les saluda su amigo Juan Antonio Gasca. Y bueno, estamos aquí desde el Aeropuerto Internacional de la Ciudad de México a punto de realizar una operación más de Elite City Helicopter Tours. Para mí es muchísimo...
But keep Mexico's main destinations in mind. Again, visit our En Casa con Mexico platform, where we have posted interesting information published by our Ministry of Tourism and Ministry of Culture. All this information about visa, temporality, and everything is in this platform. So I invite you again to visit it. But mentioning tourism, which is, I think Vicente will agree with me, tourism is one of our main priorities in revamping our bilateral exchanges in the new post-COVID area. As you know, in Mexico, some tourist destinations started opening gradually since yesterday under very strict health protocols. For the tourism industry, the main task is to recover trust and peace of mind so people can travel again. This is not achieved overnight and needs to be done at the right moment and in a responsible way. In the meantime, the embassy will support and participate in relaunching destinations and a call to action. We have been working closely with the industry, particularly with the representatives of the main destinations in Mexico for British tourists, including Cancun, Maya Riviera, Los Cabos, Baja California, and more recently, the Nayarit Riviera, Oaxaca, and Mexico City. So we have also been involved with the private sector in contributing on the design of safety protocols, identify best practices, as well as products and services that can help them rebuild that trust. This is very important, trust. And this is very important not only for Mexico, but for the UK as well, where tourism is crucial for the economic activity, and in particular now for the post-COVID economic recovery. You may remember, Vicente, Enrique, Roger, I don't know if you were in Mexico when the H1N1 outbreak in 2019 to 2010.
Yes.
The role that tourism played in the recovery of the Mexican economy at that moment was fundamental.
Yes, absolutely. It was huge. In those times I was working for Mexicana Airlines, the now defunct airline. But it was crucial. It was a really complicated time in Mexico,
Yes.
and of course tourism played a key role in the economic rebuild to rebuild the economy in Mexico. So that's good. If I may ask another thing, I know that there's a program called Together for Mexico.
Yes.
If you can expand a bit more on that, because I think it's a great initiative that you can tell us about.
Yes, I think these are times of concerted actions, unity and solidarity expression. And this is why this initiative, Together with Mexico, is very important. There are 3 Mexican organizations here in the UK, the Center for Mexican Studies in the UK, the Mexican Chamber of Commerce, and the Red Global, the Mexican Network of Mexicans in the UK, which organize this fundraising called Together with Mexico to support 3 Mexican organizations. I don't remember very well the organizations, but I think you have the information where, I don't know if you can share with the audience where they can reach, the information for this.
Yes, we have the links and we have the information, and we'll post it on our website as well.
Also, yes, if people they are interested about it, I think so they can enter to ticketpass.org. Yeah, I think so. It's org. Yeah, is that correct? And they can, of course, check all the information there. And also, I think so that they can start with, I don't know if they want just to send £5. I think it's from £5, and of course, as much as you would like to. I think it's a very good option. And yes, of course, it's a good effort that it's not only the Mexican embassy that is supporting that. Well, of course, they are supporting all this part, but also different organizations as the Mexican Chamber of Commerce, the Center for Mexican Studies, that is the UNAM, that is the University of Mexico, and in the UK, and also the Mexican Global Network, that is Red Global de Mexicanos. I think so. But it's a very good initiative, and I think so. Ticket Pass, people that they are watching us, just enter ticketpass.org. Excellent, Roger. Thank you very much. So you can see that, and I think it's a good opportunity.
Yeah, a big part of those funds will be to support those that are in need, and of course all the medical community in Mexico as well. So that's very important right now.
Yes, and I think it's important to mention that this fundraising campaign basically is to support health and staff working in Mexico with personal protective equipment and medical equipment. And because the pandemic has put many people in vulnerable situation, and it has affected a lot of workers and who saw their income decrease even gone completely. This campaign will also send help to support food banks in the country. Everyone can donate. There is not an amount fixed, it's voluntarily. And the charities who will receive the donation will be Fundación UNAM, Alimentos para Todos, and Convida.
Okay.
Excellent. I would like to ask you, I know that, I'm conscious of time. I don't know that that you have a difficult agenda. Also, I appreciate that you took the time for being tonight with us. But I would like to ask you something more personal. It's like, if you can just give maybe 3 cities that you will advise or you recommend people to visit in Mexico. I know that it's quite difficult, and I know that it's very difficult, but which one you will choose and you will tell them?
wow, this is very difficult, especially for me, coming from the Yucatan Peninsula, let me tell you. I'm from Chetumal, which is a small city because I'm sure that no one knows about Chetumal. Is the capital of the state of Quintana Roo, which is on the border with Belize. Everybody has heard about Cancun, the Riviera Maya. Well, Chetumal is the capital of this state. So, of course, my favorite state is Quintana Roo. And the Yucatan, the peninsula in general, of course, Yucatan, Merida, no, all the archaeological sites you have there. And, you know, there is a special magic in this area because you have the archaeological sites, you have the beach, the nature, all the naturaleza, the nature you can enjoy. This is my favorite place in Mexico. But of course, we have huge, you just at the beginning, Enrique, you was explaining about our huge geography we have in Mexico. We also have the coast in Oaxaca. We have Baja California. We have Los Cabos. We have the Pacific on the Gulf of Mexico, Veracruz, no, Tabasco, of course, and Mexico City. You cannot, Mexico City being the second capital after London, we have to say, with the highest number of museums in the world, you have to be there. You have to visit us in Mexico.
Okay, I think so. They are the good advice, and of course, well, the main goal of this show is to present all of them, and also, well, we're going to go to these small towns also that people they can know more about Mexico and about food, drinks, and traditions that we have that they could be different from one side to another one, from the east to the west to the north, etc. Yes, I think so. It's going to be very, very, very useful. So. Well, I don't know if you have Vicente, Roger, or Whitney, another question for Aureni just to close this.
Aureni, we want just to really thank you for being our godmother, for being here in the first program. All of us, we are nervous. This is a new program. It's a new challenge. It's in English. We want to be approached to the British people, to all English speaking people. So we really appreciate your presence. We really appreciate the Mexican Embassy for being here with us, be present with us. And then we really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And thank you to everyone in the embassy.
On the contrary, Roger, it's a privilege for me to be here with you. But before I leave, there is something important I would like to mention, because I know you have a huge Latin American public audience. There is a huge public in general interested in Latin America listening and watching this program right now, I'm sure of that. And this information will be of your interest. One of the things the embassy is working now, we have invested a lot of work during the last weeks in an important e-business roundtable that Mexico is organizing together with Chile, Colombia, and Peru, our partners in the Pacific Alliance, the Latin American most successful trade bloc. So I wanted you to know, to inform your audience about this event that will take place next week. It will start on June 23rd, and is the one in the UK, will be the first of a series of events, of trade promotion events worldwide. More specifically, we'll have 3 market-focused road shows in Europe, Asia, and Latin America. And this effort comes precisely as a response to the disruption of international trade and the challenges on food supply caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, which are affecting companies, especially small and medium enterprises and consumers worldwide. So, considering the significant adjustment in consumption trends and supply chains, we are partnering with strategic British stakeholders, including the Confederation of British Industry, the British Retail Consortium, the Department of International Trade, Canning House, our Chamber of Commerce, the Mexican Chamber of Commerce in the UK, and other leading segments associations to kick off this initiative in the UK. It is essentially a virtual matchmaking round that will allow 60 experienced exporters in the food and drink sector from our 4 countries to meet with close to 30 of Britain's leading buyers in this segment. So this will be ideal way to present top quality products such as fresh and processed fruits, dried fruits, seafood, cocoa, coffee and its byproducts, beverages, and honey for the British consumer. So, Roger, sorry that I extend myself. I have a lot to share with your audience. So hopefully we can meet again. We can have this conversation again. In the meantime, I wish you all the best, all the success. I'm sure, as I mentioned at the beginning, that you will be very successful. This is for sure. So thank you very much for inviting me.
Aureni, thank you very much. And you have the doors open to this program because, as you mentioned before, there's so many things happening behind, and so many people doesn't know all the massive work of all the embassies, the Bloc of the Pacific, as you mentioned it, they're doing with foods and everything. So you have the doors open again. Aureni, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and have a good night. Stay safe, please. Take care, and
thank you.
See you next time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Aureni. Thank you.
See you soon.
So, well, it's like actually when we were preparing this show, it was like honestly we were a little bit nervous, and we said, okay, how we're going to split this? And now it's like we feel completely flattered because we have a lot of people that they are watching us now. And as I said, I just want to tell you that, well, please invite your British friends or your friends that they are from other countries and they would like to know more about Latin America, because we're going to talk not only about Mexico. In the following program, we're going to talk about the rest of Latin America, cities, food, etc. So please invite them. And of course, well, it's like we have a lot of commentaries. You can find commentaries also from the Mexican consul that she is putting. Where do you find the links in order that, well, if you want to support us with this crowdfunding in Mexico, that is Together for Mexico. So now passing to the next stage, because we are running on time and this program is only 1 hour. So, well, let's go with the fantastic Spanish teacher. She is Whitney Nuchereno. Always, I'm saying it wrong.
That's okay. Give me 2 seconds just to share my screen. And there we go. Okay. So, me llamo Whitney Nuchereno y estoy aquí para enseñar el español. When I was growing up in the US, I studied Spanish primarily at university, and I fell completely in love with the language, and I hope you guys do too. All right, so a few things to know about the Spanish language. It is beautiful. It is varied. And like all languages, it is constantly changing. In this session, I will give you a quick lesson along with expressions tailored to the country featured in each program. Before we begin, one of the most important first steps to learn a language is understanding the pronunciation. Thankfully, unlike English, Spanish is a very phonetic language. The way you see it is the way you pronounce it. All right. So, bueno, vamos a empezar las vocales. There are 5 vowels in Spanish, just like they are in English, and this is how you pronounce them. A, E, I, O, U. Okay? Otra vez, vamos a hacerlo. And when you do, just notice that the letter E makes an A sound and the letter I makes an E sound, which is quite confusing for us English speakers. A, E, I, O, U. Okay? Una vez más. A, E, I, O, U. Now, looking at the Spanish alphabet, there are a few letters in the Spanish alphabet that you pronounce differently in English. For example, H's are silent. We know this from the word hola, which means hi or hello. With the letter J, J's make an H sound. We've seen this in names like Jose or Juan. The ella, this is a double L. In Spanish, it makes a y sound, and we see it in expressions like me llamo y cómo te llamas. And of course, the ñ, which, unlike a regular N, which also exists in the Spanish language, this letter makes a y sound. It is distinguished by the accent. We've seen this in the word español. All right, unos saludos en español. We learned hola, hello, how are you? Hello, and now we're going to learn cómo te llamas. What's your name, or how are you called? Me llamo, my name is. So, por ejemplo, me llamo Whitney. when you want to say pleased to meet you, you would either say mucho gusto or encantado, encantada. If you're to choose the latter, encantado, encantada, those are adjectives. So if you identify or you are a man, you would say encantado, and as a woman, encantada. And many adjectives in Spanish are like that. They agree with gender, masculine and feminine, or plural, or singular or plural. Something is one or more. And I'm going to explain that to you in further episodes. Okay. Other phrases when being so.
Oops, something happened.
I think we're
something happened. Yeah, we're losing you, Whitney. Now I was pleased. Oh, what happened? Oh, that
Whitney,
was worse.
Yeah, Whitney's
okay,
connection
well,
got
I
cut
think
off.
so. We lost a little bit, Whitney, but yeah, but she was saying something interesting that the E and the I, it's very difficult for people.
By issues. Okay, continuing with soy de. I'm from.
Sorry, Whitney, we cannot see your screen yet.
Right.
Yep.
But I have.
There.
Are we good?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, now you're frozen. Okay, but well, she was saying that E and I, it's very difficult for people to to translate it in Spanish. That is E. It's also the same. I don't know, guys. I don't know, Vicente or Roger. It's the same for us as well. When we need to use it in English, the I and E is completely different for us. So it's like also something that in your mind you have to change it. And also when you're spelling, is that correct? Or I don't know if you have had. Oh, I'm the only one who has that.
Definitely. Issue. No. I think spelling wise and speaking wise, for us the letters are very easy because we've learned Spanish since we were kids, and as Whitney was saying, Spanish is very phonetic. So you pretty much you read it as it sounds, and in our minds, the A and the E and the I sound just like that. So there you go. I believe Whitney's back.
Yeah, sorry about that. Of course, my Wi-Fi cuts out right when I'm giving this lesson. I'm just going to keep going. All right, couple more things. Like Enrique was talking about, for the US, you don't say soy de la América because América can be norte, central, or sur. So you can say soy de los Estados Unidos, or soy estadounidense. Reino Unido, you would say if you're from the UK. And if you'd like to distinguish where in the UK you're from, here are a couple countries: Inglaterra, Escocia, Gales, el norte de Irlanda, okay, are your countries in the UK. Also, when you're having a conversation, you would ask someone how they're doing. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? This is very different from the verb ser. Yo soy de Buffalo, de donde eres, because there are two verbs in Spanish to say to be, and we'll get into that a little bit later. You could say a multitude of things. Here are a couple examples. Estoy bien, estoy así, así, no estoy bien. And then if you don't want to repeat the same thing someone else said, you can say y tú, and how about you? And if you agree with someone, if they're saying, yeah, yo estoy bien, y tú, you can simply say, estoy bien, or yo también, me too. When you're looking for places, when you're traveling, some necessary phrases. All pictures, by the way, are pictures from Mexico. ¿Dónde está? La playa, la piscina. This is saying, where is it located? El hotel. Remember, our H's are silent. El metro, la estación de autobuses, la estación de trenes. La Parada, and this is the Parada Bellas Artes, one of the famous museums our guest was talking about earlier. La Calle, El Museo, El Parque, La Plaza. Quick cultural thing here is the plazas or town squares are very common in Latin American cities, when is often a place where people congregate and meet. Okay, so when you are looking for to eat or drink, here's some necessary vocabulary. ¿Dónde está el bar, el café, el restaurante? And when we talk about restaurants and cafes and bars, we talk about typically things that include reservations or the bill or how many people are dining. And that involves numbers. So our numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yo repito, and think of the vocales as I'm saying them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, y 12. So, for example, if you're at a restaurant, you can use the number like somos and whatever number you are. Like there's 4 of us. Or when you're making reservations, a plus la if it's a la una, or las if it's from 2 p.m. or on, a las 8, por ejemplo, at 8. They typically might ask if you walk in without a booking, para tomar, to drink or have something to drink, or para comer. And finally, other words that might be useful, not just in restaurants, but anywhere you go. Por favor, please, gracias, thank you, and de nada, or no hay de qué, which both mean you're welcome. Okay, now is the part of the episode where we talk about unas expresiones en Mexico. So the Spanish language expands to many countries all over the globe. It's common when traveling from country to country to hear differing expressions. And here are a few you might hear in Mexico. ¿Qué hubo? What's been going on? ¿Qué onda? This is one of my favorites. It means what waves, or more likely how you say in English, what's up? Onda is a Spanish word for wave. And you hear it in a couple expressions like this one. ¿Qué mala onda? What bad luck? Technically, we use the word suerte, but in Mexico, you can hear that expression. Now, normally when you want to say what, you would say ¿qué? ¿Cómo? In Mexico, you might hear mande. It's one of the words that they use to substitute instead of ¿qué? Or ¿cómo? As you might hear in other Latin American countries. A few more. No manches. You're kidding me. This normally is when there's an element of surprise, which is similar to one of my other favorite expressions, no mames, which I love. And it is pretty similar. You're kidding me. No way. Stop messing with me. And then ni modo, which we actually used in our chat earlier. No big deal, is what it is. Thank you so much for joining. And if you want more Spanish lessons, regardless of the level, please look out for my site, makingspanishsimple.com, or my YouTube channel. And there's also an Instagram, all under the same name. Thank you so much.
Well, actually, it was interesting because no mames, well, of course, we use it a lot, like, yeah, in that way. However, it's a bad word. In a certain way,
yeah,
you know? What do you think,
well,
guys? Yeah,
kind of. The thing is, when people cannot say when you're speaking with certain relatives,
don't say it in the office.
Exactly, or in a formal environment, you say no manches instead of no mames.
Exactly. Is this the soft way to say the same?
Yeah, soft way of saying. Exactly. But thank you very much, Whitney. I think that was enlightening.
Yeah, and no mames, like I said, yeah, that's definitely not what you want to say in a formal setting. I happen to be in Spain teaching kids with a Mexican friend, and every time they did a silly thing, which was every 5 minutes, it was no mames, no mames, no mames. So that expression was ingrained in my brain ever since.
Let's say, Whitney, you've been talking with a lot of Mexicans, so yeah.
And well, that's interesting because you know what? Well, for example, we have a commentary that says, no manches, what kind of Spanish she's teaching? But I think it's quite basic. It's a Spanish that, well, if you're traveling to Mexico, obviously you're going to listen that kind of expressions all the time. So it's the basic Spanish, as we can say, if you're going to move just to understand about what are the expressions, and maybe, I don't know, maybe later on in other programs, maybe you're going to talk about how the same word can mean different things. Depends the context, you know, and how you are saying it.
And not only that, but the country that is spoken. Because a certain word can mean something in Mexico and something completely different in Argentina or Brazil, or Chile or Peru or Ecuador. It's the same language, but certain words have different meanings. And if you're in a group with 10 people from 10 different countries in Latin America, every other word you say, it's a swear word in each other's country. So that makes it very interesting. That makes it for a very interesting conversation. But I think we're running out of time.
Yeah, that's correct. And well, I would like just to say thank you very much, Whitney. It was like very useful. And well, of course, for all the people that are watching us now, we are going to have these quick lessons every week. And of course, it depends, as Vicente was saying, we're going to talk about different differences of the same language, that is Spanish, but depending which country we're talking about, because some expressions, they are quite different. But Whitney, thank you very much for being tonight in this show, in the first show. You are gorgeous. It was really good. Thank you very much, Whitney.
Thank you.
Oh, don't be shy. You can say a little bit more. Okay,
Thank
you.
Anyway,
my dear Roger Alarcón.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, well, as I say, as everyone says, this is the first show. Slowly, we're gonna start changing things. We have so many things in Latin America. We have so many things to show you from Mexico, from all the countries. So slowly, we're gonna start doing it. These program is gonna start taking the right way. So, but thank you, all of you. Thank all the people who are following us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my dear Roger and Vicente.
Well, thank you again. Thanks to all of you. Thank you everybody for joining us. It's a great journey that we've been through, and we're very proud and very happy that we started with this. Next week, we're going to talk about Ecuador. There's a lot of things to know about Ecuador. Ecuador is not only the Galapagos Islands that we think of. Ecuador has many things, and we will talk about Ecuador. Generally, we'll give you a brief overview. We'll speak with some interesting people that can tell us a lot more about it. So join us next week, Tuesday, the 23rd of June at 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Continental time, and if you're in the United States, check out your time zones because it's just 4 different time zones. So check them out. It's 8 p.m. UK time. Feel free to join us. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining. We're about to leave.
Thank you, Vicente.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much, Vicente. And well, of course, remember, next Tuesday, 8 o'clock, you will have this show, the Latin America show. As Vicente said, we're going to have Ecuador. Please share this video with your friends. Also, if you know people that they are from the UK or any part of the country and they want to know more about Latin America, please tell them to watch us. And please, of course, subscribe us in our YouTube channel. You can find us at the Latin American Show and follow us on Instagram, the Latin American Show as well. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night. Have a good week. And let's see us next week. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See, these are the technical glitches that I should have foreseen.
Yeah, we have something there, and it's like
yes.
Oh my God. Yeah. Are you ready now?
I am ready now. I'm ready for the goodbye credits. I'm sorry.
Okay, so well, it's about that we should say bye, but not yet. So hold on a sec.
Hold on a few seconds. It will not. It will not take more than a half hour.
Okay.
So I'm very sorry.
If in 45 minutes we do not solve this issue, well, maybe you can drop off but don't worry. I think so. Vicente is going to do it. Like, yeah, we practice, but well, I think so. It's like, okay.
Yes.
Now.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much to all.